When it comes to planning a wedding, choosing the right venue is arguably one of the most important decisions you'll make. The venue sets the tone for the entire event and can make or break the overall experience for you and your guests. But with so many options to choose from, it can be overwhelming to know where to start. To help make the process a little easier, we've compiled a list of the top 100 questions to ask a venue when considering it for your wedding. These questions cover everything from capacity and fees to restrictions and policies on various aspects of the event. By asking these questions, you'll be able to get a better sense of whether the venue is the right fit for you and your special day. Question to ask venue for wedding. 1. What is the maximum capacity of your venue? 2. Do you have multiple event spaces? 3. Are there any additional fees associated with renting the venue? 4. What is the deposit required to book the venue? 5. Are there any restrictions on decor or setup? 6. Is there a rain backup plan? 7. What is the parking situation? 8. Are there any noise restrictions? 9. What is the catering policy? 10. Are there any in-house catering options? 11. Is there a preferred list of vendors? 12. Are there any restrictions on alcohol service? 13. What is the timeline for setup and breakdown? 14. Are there any restrictions on music? 15. Is there a bridal suite or getting ready room? 16. Is there a groom's room? 17. What is the policy for outside vendors? 18. Are there any restrictions on photography or videography? 19. Are there any restrictions on fireworks or sparklers? 20. Is there a preferred list of wedding vendors? 21. Are there any restrictions on pets or animals? 22. Are there any restrictions on smoking or vaping? 23. What is the policy for refunds or cancellations? 24. Are there any restrictions on drones or other aerial photography? 25. Are there any hotel room block options? 26. Are there any preferred transportation options? 27. What is the policy for cleanup and trash removal? 28. Are there any restrictions on live streaming or webcasting? 29. Are there any restrictions on confetti or rice throwing? 30. Are there any restrictions on the use of candles or open flames? 31. Are there any restrictions on the use of fireworks or pyrotechnics? 32. Are there any restrictions on the use of drones or other aerial equipment? 33. Are there any restrictions on the use of confetti or glitter? 34. Are there any restrictions on the use of live animals or pets? 35. Are there any restrictions on the use of performers or entertainers? 36. Are there any restrictions on the use of live music or bands? 37. Are there any restrictions on the use of amplified music or sound equipment? 38. Are there any restrictions on the use of projectors or screens? 39. Are there any restrictions on the use of bubbles or confetti cannons? 40. Are there any restrictions on the use of banners or signs? 41. Are there any restrictions on the use of balloons or inflatables? 42. Are there any restrictions on the use of gaming or casino equipment? 43. Are there any restrictions on the use of inflatable structures or bouncy houses? 44. Are there any restrictions on the use of food trucks or food vendors? 45. Are there any restrictions on the use of outdoor cooking equipment? 46. Are there any restrictions on the use of outdoor lighting or heating? 47. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable toilets or restrooms? 48. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable generators or power sources? 49. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable fencing or barriers? 50. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable stages or risers? 51. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable seating or tables? 52. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable dance floors or flooring? 53. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable lighting or sound equipment? 54. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable heating or cooling equipment? 55. I apologize, here are more questions. 56. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable restrooms or washrooms? 57. Are there any restrictions on the use of portable cooking equipment? In conclusion, when considering a venue for a wedding, it is important to ask a variety of questions to ensure that the venue meets all of your needs and expectations. The above list of questions is not exhaustive, but it covers a wide range of topics that should be considered when choosing a venue. These include capacity, fees, deposits, restrictions, and policies on various aspects of the event such as decor, catering, vendors, and equipment rentals. It is essential to ask about all the important details to ensure that your wedding day runs smoothly and is everything you want it to be.